Good evening. I'm Phoenix. Welcome to Minor Piece Theater. Tonight we continue with episode 2 of our 4-part series called I Creatively Procrastinate from the NaNoWriMo Creative Writing Challenge, in which I am enrolled this month, through taking part in a little bit of literary nonsense. Last week I asked all of you, my friends, to use predictive text and your own imaginations to finish the sentence. I really didn't think I would wake up this morning to find blank. Your answers did not fail to amuse, from waking up to find more about the same cat, to hair woes, to late replies, strange numbers, and trying to find a place to relocate family members. Thank you for all of those who played along. The winning prompt took me on a journey into the bizarre, resulting in 1,000 words of flash fiction I have titled The Drag Queen's Curse. So please, fill your glass with whatever suits your fancy. Pull up a comfortable chair and let us settle in. I really didn't think I would wake up this morning to find a way to get my hair out of the car. I just wanted it in the back of the cupboard. But sometimes life doesn't go exactly to plan. The night before had started out normally enough, beating my face and morphing my boy body into corset skirt and fishnet stockings, before taking to the stage amid a crash of applause where I sashayed, danced, and lip-synced my heart out to the most iconically gay tunes I could find, feeding off the crowd's energy as the lights flashed and the beat pounded through the glittering bar. Showered with praises and bills, I drank it in until I was high on adoration and drunk on good vibes, and when my last set finished, I floated off the stage and into the bathroom to untuck and relieve myself before joining my drag sisters on the dance floor. Just as I was about to lift my skirts, the bathroom door opened and another patron entered, heels clicking malevolently on the polished tiles. "You think you're something special, don't you?" a voice hissed. One I knew all too well. It was Miss Churi, the evil queen whose act had been cancelled in favor of my performance. "The crowd seems to think so, at least," I replied, feigning bravado. Miss Churi had a reputation for jealousy, and I didn't particularly want to see if that reputation was well deserved. "You will pay for tonight," she hissed again. "Mark my words, you will never steal my spotlight again." A strange hum, like a speaker overheating, emanated from the other side of the stall door. I leaned forward to peer through the crack, but just as I did, the door blew open, slamming into the adjoining stall with a clang and sending me stumbling back. I gasped, failing to maintain my balance as Miss Churi, wild eyes swirling like twin whirlpools and purple mist rolling from her glittering bodysuit, raised a carefully manicured finger to my forehead. There was a flash of light, the bulbs overhead bursting, and I flew backward into the toilet. The room went dark. I woke to find my drag sister, Queenie, standing over me, worry written clear on her face. "What happened?" I asked, sitting and rubbing the large lump on the back of my head. I frowned, moving my fingers across my scalp. Where was my wig? "Looks like you slipped on your way to the stall," Queenie answered. "You took quite a whack. Maybe we should call you an ambulance." "I'll be fine," I murmured, "but I think I should call it a night." Yeah, Queenie agreed, as I looked from one side of the bathroom to the other. I spied my wig behind the toilet and reached for it, then froze. Had it just growled at me? Get a hold of yourself, I thought, slamming the wig onto my head and letting my sister help me to my feet. "Are you sure you should be driving?" Queenie asked as we made our way out the back door and to my car. I nodded, waving her concerns aside. After all, I only lived a few blocks away. The wig's lace front felt like it had grown a set of teeth and was slowly sinking them into my hairline. All I wanted was a hot shower and a cup of tea. Queenie looked unconvinced, but waved goodbye as I folded myself into the driver's seat and buckled in. The engine rumbled to life. I put the car into gear, and without another thought, joined the thin flow of traffic toward home. That was when it all went weird. With a yowl, the wig tore from my head, ringlets slashing at my face as locks pulled free from the updo, firing bobby pins and elastics in every direction as it wrapped around my neck, strangling me. I screamed, narrowly missing a parked car as I yanked the wig from my head and veered onto my street. Built-in combs bit at my fingers as I slammed on the brakes and threw it into the back. It leapt for me again, but I was too quick. In one frantic motion, I spilled into the street and slammed the door closed, watching the monstrosity smack against the glass, then slip slowly out of sight. For a long moment, I could not move. Then I stood shakily and escaped into the house, hoping that I would wake up the next morning to find all this had been a bad dream. But one glance in the mirror the next morning at my scratched and bruised face told me that hope was in vain. There was only one thing to do. Broom handle clasped tightly in one hand and cat carrier in the other, I cautiously approached the vehicle. The window tint made it difficult to see what awaited me, but I had no choice. Holding my breath, I reached a shaking hand to the handle and tore the door open. The wig launched, but I was ready, bringing the broom's head down with one smooth swoosh, knocking it into the waiting cat carrier. The wig yowled with frustration as I slammed the cage door shut, gnashing at the bars and reaching hairy tentacles out the holes toward my ankles. A relieved laugh filled my chest and I stumbled back, tossing the broom and fishing my cell phone from my pocket. "Hey, Queenie," I said into it. "Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better this morning. Thanks for asking. Hey, you don't happen to have Miss Churi's address handy, do you?" I listened to the answer, thanked my friend, and hung up. I never did have any problems from Miss Churi after that. In fact, no one did. Some say she retired. Some say she moved. All I know is the last time I saw her, she was looking down at a strange package that had been left on her front stoop by some anonymous fan. And that, my friends, ends this week's flash fiction, The Drag Queen's Curse. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed writing it. For next week's writing, I ask for your help again in helping me explore the world of endless possibility by finishing the question, what if? What if everyone in the world knew what you were thinking? Or what if your pets could talk? The more off-the-wall question you ask, the better. I look forward to reading your questions in the comments of this post, and wish you all a very